I'm Amber Davies and welcome to Call to Stage. This is the space where musical theatre takes centre stage. From unforgettable backstage stories with incredible special guests to insights from my life and my theatre journey. We're leaving it all on the mic every single week, so let's jump in. Hi guys, welcome back to Call to Stage Gatsby Edition with me, Amber Davies. Oh my God, I have one of my favourite ever humans sitting next to me. I love you so much. It's our Gilda Grey, Aimée Fisher.
Hello.
Oh my God.
It's Gilda.
It's our Gilda and our Katherine.
Get your shoes on.
How are you, babes?
Yeah, all right, mate.
Just like in real time, we have a Monday evening show tonight.
Yeah, so this is our last day of the week.
Yeah, so I'm so sorry I've dragged you in like this.
That's all right.
Also, you've done a 9-show week because you did your cover run this week.
I have done a 9-show. I've actually done a 9.5 show week because we did a Tech About 2 as well on Wednesday.
And then I had the rude and the awful decency to bring you in here. And I'm so sorry.
It's okay. We'll just, when you're on the move, keep going.
Keep going. Don't get off the treadmill. Okay. Pre-show ritual for Gatsby.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Try and be ready for beginners.
Not
That's
possible.
my ritual for Gatsby. I don't have one on this.
But you do. For me, I always can tell when Aimée is around because you have a smell. She's the best smelling company member. That is
tick.
Fact.
Great. That's what you want.
Yeah. What is it that you wear for this show?
It's Chloe. Called Chloe, which is my sister's name. Oh. Chloe Nomad Au Naturel.
Oh my gosh, guys. If you could just smell her through this camera, it is... I'm going to order it actually after I finish working with you.
I actually do, but I do that. I have a try and get a scent per show because it takes me back to that time.
Yeah. I love that so much.
Kate Blanchett does it, so I thought
Does
I'd copy. Yeah. Yeah, on the same scale. She has one per character. I have one per contract.
Also, we will get into this, but Aimée Fisher is also known in our company as Amy Lloyd. But we will... we will get in.
We'll touch on that later.
Well, we will touch on that later. We will come back to that. So, you trained at Arts Ed.
I did.
Arts Ed girly, and fun fact, we graduated in the same year.
Did we?
2016.
But you're younger than me.
Correct.
I graduated at 21. You were
19.
19.
So we were both graduates of the same year. How cute is that?
That's lovely.
And I don't think I ever bumped into an audition with you.
No, I don't think so.
No.
I was at Arts Ed for 5 years.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. What made you want to go to Arts Ed?
I was looking at sixth forms to go to, and I didn't actually, Arts Ed wasn't on the radar. I didn't know they did a sixth form. So when I was like looking around different drama schools, I went to Arts Ed and was like, oh, they do a sixth form. So I auditioned there. I had the feel, when you walk through the door and you're like, this is for me. And I did 5 years there. It was a long time.
Wow. I mean, look, 5 years of knowledge.
5 years of knowledge, 5 years of growth, 5 years of pain and tears.
And did you meet good friends there?
Yes. Yeah. So especially my sixth form girls, there's like a group of us, we're still really close. And then obviously some of my best friends are from the degree.
College. Yeah, I know. I feel
like you can't go to college and not bond like that.
You meet your friends
for life.
You meet your girls, your proper friends, don't you?
And your guys.
And your gays.
Your girls and your gays.
Girls and your gays. I wouldn't say guys. I wouldn't say I'm proper pally with the straight men.
No.
Ugh, we hate men. Fun fact, me and Aimée are in a relationship with the same person.
We are. They are two versions of the same man.
Yeah. Cut from the same cloth, fallen from the same tree.
Same energy, same vibe, same jokes.
Yeah.
So we bonded over this, haven't we?
Yeah, that's where we kind of, found our love for one another. So,
and for them.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yeah.
When they're not kidding enough. And you're actually engaged to yours, but we will get back to George.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about Gatsby.
Yeah.
You play our wonderful Gilda Grey.
Yes.
She has a massive number in Act 2, the biggest number of Act 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Gosh.
Can't miss me.
You can't. Not with that costume on.
A headpiece. I've got like a glittery headpiece and a glittery gown, like a disco ball.
Yeah, but you look beautiful.
Thank you.
And Gilda, actually, at this part of the show, wears in-ears.
Yes.
Had you worn in-ears before?
No, I'd never worn in-ears ever. So that was a bit of an experience. And actually, on opening night, we'd only really had a few runs over tech with the in-ears in. So I finished this big song, this big sing, and I kind of finished in this position where la-di-da-di-da-di with you, boom. And I was like, anyone clapping? Can't hear us? Are they making a noise? Was I awful? I just thought, silence in my ears.
So you actually can't hear anything?
Well, now I'll kind of,
Oh,
pop
is
one
it
out.
a Beyonce moment?
Yeah, pop one out.
Oh, I like that.
Because I like to hear a bit of something at the
Because
end.
there's a moment where Jordan and Gilda has like a moment on stage, and I really have to say, I love you.
Actually,
like,
me and I can tell what you're saying. Me and Corbin also have a little interaction, and it wasn't until actually about 2 days ago I said, Corbin, do you know I can't hear you? He was like, oh yeah, I know. I just say lots of things to you. I'm literally going, thank you. Thank you, sir. I have no idea.
Also, did you notice that Jamie forgot your name the other day?
Yeah, I did. And then when I got up there, I was like, Gilda Grey. And then I realised my mic could have been on. I got up the stairs and went, it's Gilda. And then went, oh God, my mic.
Bearing in mind, Jamie says the same thing 8 shows a week.
He introduces me.
Yeah. Gatsby introduces Gilda because she's, the star that's coming to perform at his party. And he just had like a mental freeze. I do that all the time though in real life. I'm like, what is...
Who?
The songs that... Gilda Grey.
Yeah. I got up and went, it's Gilda, as a joke. And then thought, oh God.
Mike's
no. Yeah.
No. And you also play Katherine,
Yeah.
who is Myrtle's sister.
Yes.
And you, bearing in mind, while she's doing all this, she also has her ensemble track, which she's on stage more than pretty much everyone else, apart from Nick.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And Katherine is, she's Myrtle's sister. You do the Met, which is one of the highlights of my show.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, the Met.
It is so much fun. You didn't know you were going to be playing these roles before you started the contract?
No, day one. Yeah, I found out.
Day one, Amy found out, I'm Katherine and Gilda Grey. Yeah. But they're like literally no one is as perfect for those roles other than Amy.
Thanks.
Come on.
Thanks.
You are like them. You haven't really played a role like Katherine before?
No, she's a real character.
Yeah.
And obviously it's difficult because I cover Myrtle, who's obviously her sister. So I'd done a lot of the Myrtle stuff in the auditions. So I felt like I had like a little bit of an essence of her. But then I thought, oh God, I've got to be her sister, who has to be really different, but then they're related.
Yeah.
So it was quite hard. But it's a lot of fun. I feel like I found her now. It did take a while, I think.
Yeah. You can have fun with her though.
I think there was more fun to be had. I think at first we were all a bit shy.
Yeah.
And we didn't know each other that well, and we had to do the Met, which is a little bit down and dirty.
Yeah, it is. It's a bit like you feel a bit exposed. Don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Because explain to them what the Met is.
The Met is where Tom and Myrtle go as their like secret hideaway. So it's Tom's apartment, but he likes to take Myrtle there
For their secret
hook up.
affair.
Yeah. But Myrtle's sister Katherine thinks she owns the place and is there all the time too. And they just have these really dirty parties for everyone. Mm-hmm. So Katherine's always there, trying to flirt with Nick.
And Katherine has one of my favourite lines in the show, which is in the bathroom lighting.
Yeah, in the bathroom lighting, I'm an 8 because I look better in the bathroom lighting as opposed to.
But it's just the way that Amy delivers it. It's just like top dollar. And Amy also coveralls.
I cover Myrtle.
Amy also covers Myrtle Wilson, who is played by Rachel Tucker.
Rachel Superstar Tucker, I like to call her.
Big 2 numbers you've got there.
Yeah, big sings.
Because you did your debut the other day. Amy's
Yeah,
actually
Monday.
gone on. Oh, Monday.
This time
last week, Amy debuted as Myrtle.
I did.
What is that? You were so calm. You were
Thanks.
so calm.
I felt calm. I felt ready. You know, we've been in rehearsals for a little bit now, And Myrtle, I think she's on stage for about 16 minutes.
Yeah, she is.
The hardest bit for me was the stop-startiness of it. It was like, go and do a big number and then wait for your next bit for half an hour. And then wait until Act 2 and you have to go out there and sing another big number. That was the hardest thing I found.
To like build...
Yeah. Or to just keep in it, because as soon as you go off, you start to go like, oh. And with the adrenaline, because I had so much adrenaline because it was all new, I felt like in Secondhand Suit, I was like running off adrenaline, and then I like by the time I got to One Way Road, I was like, oh, I'm tired now.
You'd like come on the come down.
Crashed a bit, but it was fantastic. I loved it. She's a great part.
She's a great part. She has two big numbers. She's got a Secondhand Suit in Act 1. She obviously does the Met as well.
Yeah, the Met as well as Myrtle. So then obviously that's a bit of a brain moment, because I'm
Katherine.
Obviously know two characters in the same scene who talk to each other.
Oh my gosh. Which one am I?
Yeah, which one's my line? And then One Way Road.
One Way Road at the end of the show, which is all, I would say, like 11 o'clock number.
Yeah, I reckon.
Oh,
it's really cool.
On.
And it's just you on the stage. And
it's the first time in the show one character is on stage by themselves with... Is it?
Well, there's
no
a bit
set.
of a montage. Yeah, no set. There's a bit of stuff going behind you.
But it's
not
like
very
a
long.
real empty stage, all lights on you kind of moment. And it is like...
I did have a real, like, I came off from that on Monday and I was like, okay, lock that in, you know? And it was you actually in the bows that then you came up to me and you were like, remember this.
Yeah.
Because it is nice to, because you just, sometimes it happens and it's such a blur. And you gave me that lovely little reminder. I'll never forget that. You were like, oh, just remember this. And I was like, yeah, remember this moment where I get to take a bow. But after I died, Myrtle shock. Spoiler
alert.
She gets hit by a car. And then they bring on the stretcher to take her off.
I did hear about this.
And because I'd only really rehearsed it once, you're supposed to like get on the stretcher and then the two people like that take you off pull the cloth over you and then you get carried off as a body. But I like lay on the stretcher and then I thought the cloth was supposed to come over me before the lights came up, so the cloth would already be over me to cover my body, but that's not what happens. The cloth comes over you after the lights come up, so they were waiting. But I thought I was like lying on it or something, so like I was obviously acting like a dead body on the stretcher, and then I went to be like, oh god, is everything okay? And as I did that, the lights came up and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be dead. I'm like half on the stretcher, like I was like, oh no, and I just can't move. So I got carried off like this. Like,
did you keep your eyes open?
Yeah, like that. So Myrtle didn't really die on Monday.
Oh no!
Maybe fine. That's just the way I play her, you know?
Yeah, maybe
she's like not quite there yet.
Yeah, she's like she's on the way to death.
Yeah, she's really going to the hospital.
Yeah.
She dies later in another scene that's not written.
And well, the ensemble. Let's just talk about the ensemble.
Yeah,
there's a few shows I've been to in the West End tour, and I think what a hard working ensemble. Hamilton's one of them.
Yeah, you just never stop.
Gatsby is one of the most hard-working ensembles I think there is on the West End right now.
Yeah, I agree.
It's relentless.
Yeah, it really is. Especially for we're like split into like dance tracks.
No, trained tracks and not trained tracks.
Yeah, exactly. Dance tracks and mover tracks, and the dance numbers for some of the dancers are like full on, and there's like 3 in Act 1, 2 in Act 2, and you do never stop.
No,
until once you get to like the plaza, and like when you get into Act 2, we have a bit of
but
time
like
off stage.
The first 20 minutes is roaring on into New Money, into Secondhand Suit.
Yeah, especially in the summer.
I know.
Sweaty.
I know. It is very sweaty. And the choreography, like what Dominic Kelly's done with the choreography
is fantastic.
I mean, do you love dancing it?
Yeah. And do you know, I always say I'm not a dancer, but I can dance. Yeah. You know what I mean, though? It's like one of those things that I'd never be like, yeah.
You wouldn't give me a tilt.
I'd try.
You wouldn't be giving Jamel tilt in the back. But
no, I wouldn't. But I'd be giving it face, and
I see you.
Yeah,
I see you. Yeah. And I watch you in the wing every day.
Well, I actually think. Do you remember on day one they were like, "Give us some sexy poses, guys," and we were all like, is this sexy? And then Dom was like, guys, that's awful. And then he's helped us all, I think, found our inner sexiness, inner confidence.
Yeah.
So I think I've definitely gained a bit of that. I definitely have way more confidence. I love dancing it now, but on day one and week one of rehearsals, I was like, oh God, what am I doing here? I can't do this.
Oh, you
now we're really into it.
Yeah. We're all used to it now.
Yeah.
Also in the show is Amy's fiance.
Yeah.
George Crawford.
Georgie boy,
who is first cover Nick. Anyway, so I went to go and watch the cover run the other day, and obviously Amy was on for Myrtle and George was on for Nick, and I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Because there's a moment where they're sitting in the car next to each other.
And I'm singing about George Wilson.
When my husband George proposed to me.
And I'm looking at George going,
that is my fiance.
I'm going, I have a real moment sometimes when I'm on stage with him. I'm like, forget I know him.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to take, especially when you're so close to someone, they can take you out of it so easy.
I know. And you're next to each other quite a lot.
Yeah, we had this whole thing on like day one of rehearsals where we were going into the meet and greet, and we were like, look, we're together, great, but let's go in as like Amy and George, not Amy and George. So I think we did that quite well. And then as soon as we got to like set in the opening numbers, which is purely by coincidence because we just slot into tracks from Broadway, they were like, so for the start, Amy, the silhouette line at the back. So Amy, you're on 8 and on 7 is George. We were like, oh God. So we're like this at the start in our sexy poses. I said, you'd know we'd have an argument, wouldn't you?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, the blocking's off today.
How is it? Because you'd not worked together before, right?
We have worked together. We've done a show together before, but
what show?
Waitress.
Oh, that's how you met.
But we knew of each other.
Meet?
We knew of each other before, but we really met and got to know each other on Waitress. So that was just totally different.
So that's how you met and that's how you got together?
Yes.
And then you were together, then he proposed to you. How is it now working with your fiance?
Yeah, it's so different, isn't it? Because obviously you know this because you met Ben on a show, right? We were like, it was exciting and a bit flirty. And we were like,
and it's all you know.
Each other. Yeah, and we were in a bubble on tour. So it was just exciting. And now it's very different working together because, in our positions at the start, before the silhouette, we'll be going, what do you want for tea?
Yeah.
Who's going to pick? We've got to get home for Barney. We need to catch the 10:25 train quick.
It's
not quite as romantic.
No, not anymore. But do you like the intensity of it, of like living together, working together?
Yeah, love it.
I know, I
love it. But that's because that's how we got together, right? So that's like, I don't know, it feels like we're back in the honeymoon stage.
Oh,
it's lovely.
I love that.
It's nice earning money at the same time.
Exactly, especially when you have a wedding to pay for.
Yeah.
So your West End debut.
Yeah.
Les Mis.
Yeah.
Cover Fantine.
Yeah.
As a debut.
Yeah.
For me, I'd put you down as a cover Eponine.
Would you have
really?
said Eponine? No.
Cosette?
I don't know. I came out of drama school and probably I was giving it legit and soprano. That was my thing.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because you are given high twangy belt.
Yeah, that's a whole other
ball game.
Yeah, story. Yeah. All I ever sang was soprano legit. I was like, I'm going to be in Phantom. I'm going to be in Les Mis, but as cover Cosette. Yeah.
No. Oh my gosh.
U-turn.
So was it a bit of a hit list for you, Les Mis, then?
Les Mis was an absolute dream.
And you graduated into it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Les Mis was a dream. My mum and dad are both teachers, and my grandpa and my nanny used to pick us up from school a lot. And my grandpa used to have the CD in his car. So on the journeys home from school, he would play the CD. And he'd like hum along to Valjean, and I'd sing everyone else. And my sister would be in the back, like doing a third above harmony to everything else. And he passed away actually before I got it. Not that long before. But I remember like one of my last conversations with him when he was in the hospital was like, I'll do it, Grandpa. And I did. Yeah. It was just special. Yeah. And my nanny, when she came to opening night, sat in my grandpa's favourite number was 13. And his name was Derek, so she sat in D13.
Oh, my heart. how special
Sweet.
is that?
Yeah, really special. So that was a big tick.
Wow.
That meant a lot, that one.
And how long were you in Les Mis for?
Just a year.
A year?
Yeah.
So you in and out?
Yeah, in and out.
And did you go on for Fantine?
Yes, I did. Quite a few times, actually.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I was second cover, but I think I had about four or five times.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. Yeah, that was a lot back then.
How different is it being first cover to being second cover? Do you feel a difference?
Well, I've been second cover once in my first job, and I think it depends on the job. I think if you're in a long running contract in town where people have lots of holiday, I think your responsibility as a second cover is almost as much as a first cover, because the chances of you going on are very high.
Yeah.
But I think if you're in, something that's not as long running, where there's not as much holiday, obviously your responsibility is just as strong, but I think there is probably less chance. Maybe, yeah. But I was just grateful to be there and to be doing my dream show, and what a role.
It's like Jade, is that my sister?
Yeah,
did exactly what she did.
Jade was the year before me.
Yeah, and she was cover Cosette.
Yeah.
I love that you managed to tick that off.
Yeah, it's special.
Then
2 weeks after I left,
Wicked.
Yeah.
Cover Elphaba.
Yes.
Were you swing or ensemble?
No, I was ensemble, first Alphaba, second Nessa. Yeah.
Is this the first time you'd gone in for Wicked?
I'd had an audition, an audition where the casting director would come into Arts Ed when we were in third year and do see whether you'd then go to a first round as an industry audition. But this was my first time, properly.
That's unheard of, really, because they love
tracking it out.
They love it. They want you auditioning for years and years and years for Wicked.
Yeah, they do. But yeah, first time, really. Yeah.
So you went in. Mm-hmm. Do you remember what audition song you sang?
Yeah, I sang Like Love, which is a soprano song. So I was like, I'm going to be in for Glinda.
Oh, yeah. My gosh.
So that's the dream.
Wait. So you thought, okay, I'm going to head in with the intention of going for Glinda. Yeah. Where did they pick out Elphaba?
So I went in, I sang Like Love, which was my soprano. I mean, that's really real soprano song. And I think I got about halfway through and they said, sorry, can we hear your contrasting song? And it was Carrie from Carrie. I thought, oh God, you can, but I'm not sure how it's going to go. So I sang that, and then in the room they were like, yeah, it's not going high enough. Can you try and can we just take it up? And they spoke to the pianist, and then they just kind of let's try and take this end note up. And I ended up, it was quite a high belt, and I thought, well, Ames, it's now or never, isn't it? I've got no idea what I was doing, and I just it felt like a scream, but I just did it, and I think that was the first time in the room where I was like, oh, I have got a big voice. And that was a real moment for me of so I basically learned how to use my belt voice
in the Wicked audition.
In the Wicked auditions when I was 22. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a story.
Yeah, well that's it. When people ask me about Wicked, I say it was a weird one for me because it was a dream come true. It was fantastic. But oh my gosh, was it a massive learning curve because I didn't know how to belt. So I learned how to belt.
Whilst playing Alphaba?
Whilst covering Alphaba, yeah. And being 22.
Wild. Fun fact, Michael Conlon, our company manager, was Amy's company manager.
Yeah.
He was the Wicked company manager for years, wasn't he?
Yeah, years and years.
I mean, he's top dollar, isn't he?
Yeah, one of the best company managers.
One of the best company managers in this industry.
If not
the best.
Yeah.
We're very, very lucky to have him.
Yeah.
Covering Elphaba, so explain to people what the day would look like if you were to go on as her.
So Michael CM Wicked would pop up on my phone and I'd have a mini whoa moment. I know what this means.
Yeah.
I've actually had to change it. When I found out he was company manager on this, I've had to take Wicked off and put Gatsby because he just called me to say that he was going to be company manager on this job, and I had a bit of a moment where I was like, oh, I'm on. I'm on for Alphaba. Yeah, it took me right back. So he'd call, and then I think that day, with whatever plans you'd have that day,
were ruined.
we're off. Yeah, your sister knows this, right?
Yeah.
We're just that's it. The next thing I'd do was call my mum and say, can you get down from the West Midlands in time? Which I think for my first show, and Michael will know, they just abandoned the car in Victoria and just got here. My dad was in his P-kicks, he's a PE teacher, he'd just come off the football pitch. He like just got in right at the start and sat in his smelly football kit with his football boots on, watching my debut. My mum was late, she got in for just after Loathing, I think, 'cause that's when you can go in. And they abandoned the car in the roads in Victoria, and it didn't get towed away. So fantastic.
No way!
All worked out well. Yeah. And then do as many, whatever vocal
Take as many
warm-ups
supplements as you can.
Yeah. Take some paracetamol.
Did you get to a point? Did you enjoy playing Elphaba?
Yes. I'd love to
have a go at it again.
Yeah. I'd love to be older and have confidence. I just had no confidence. I loved it, and I have such amazing memories, but I was just so hard on myself that I don't think I could say I enjoyed it at the time.
The thing is, when you're that age, and at the end of the day, you did one show.
Yeah.
You'd done one show, and you were second cover Fantine, and then you were expected to be first to cover Alphaba.
Yeah.
Like, for any 22-year-old,
Yeah, it's massive.
it's huge.
Yeah, massive.
Like, you're actually so lucky that it didn't break you in some way. you
Yeah,
know?
absolutely. I think it was definitely a struggle. My confidence was completely shot. I'd just love to be able to have done it maybe. Look, I'd never like to change anything because it's shaped me into who I am, but I just would have loved to have been older because
you could play her with your eyes closed now.
I don't know about that, but I've been through a whole kind of like process since. I couldn't listen to any of the music without crying, or like as soon as I'd hear any intro to any of the songs, I just couldn't sing them. I've had to relearn how to sing them, and I've had to have singing lessons and relearn how to sing them without my body going into like
Panic
and just and being tense. I've had to learn how to sing them again, and now I'm in a place where I've been in for it since, and I'm in I auditioned for it this time round, just gone, and I walked out my audition and I said, if nothing comes of that, I've absolutely thoroughly enjoyed the audition process because I absolutely love singing it, and I felt like it was just like 22-year-old Aimée would be proud of how far she's come, that I can stand there and sing those songs and really enjoy it.
That's enough. That is a tip.
And because 22-year-old Aimée would be proud of that, having been in the show, but then 13-year-old Aimée, 14-year-old Aimée that used to sing it on the way to school in the car with her sister doing a duet together would be like, Ames, that's how it should feel, and that's the enjoyment that should come out of it. I've got nothing but love for Wicked, but
maybe that
young.
chapter isn't closed yet.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Absolutely. All I know is that if that chapter does reopen again,
you're ready.
I'm older, wiser, and so much stronger. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that so much, and I love that you've just been open and honest, because big roles are mentally hard.
Not easy.
They're hard.
Yeah.
It's not a breeze. This industry isn't a breeze.
Absolutely. And I've covered for a long time. I've been a cover for my entire career, right, which is nearly 10 years. And even this, in Gatsby, having a song, that's the first time in an ensemble track where I've had the responsibility of having a number 8 times a week. And that comes with a lot of, pressure and responsibility, and, it is different. Because you're not just...
Do you feel that?
Yeah, totally.
You do?
Totally. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, when I wake up in the morning, first thing I think of is, how's my voice?
Yeah.
And, and if I didn't have a number, you wouldn't have to think about that as much,
Yeah.
It's definitely more of a pressure.
Yeah.
And a mental thing.
But don't you think that my sister has been a cover pretty much her entire career? So me
and Jade have always been in the same circles.
Yeah. And so I have seen single-handedly how difficult it is, how hard she works. I have so much respect. How does it feel to learn the material and always have to be on standby? Do you know, you wake up in the morning, you think, I wonder if I'll be playing Myrtle. Do you know what I mean?
I think it's a real thing that doesn't get... My legs are so tangled in this wire. I think it's a real thing that it doesn't get thought about actually enough.
No.
You're basically, as a cover, I think you have the adrenaline and the mental preparation for playing that role nearly every day, but you just don't have to use it most days. And I think that's quite hard sometimes to kind of deal with, because where do you pocket that energy? Because you have just to be ready to go. And I think over the years, and your sister be the same, like you get used to it and you learn how to manage that. But I think it is a skill in itself.
It completely is a skill in itself. For me, Amy, I'm an overthinker.
Yeah.
I would probably overthink myself into the ground.
Yeah, and I think you can hold, like, when I was younger, I used to be really hold on to, like, I'd be worrying, like, oh God, she said she's not feeling very well. That means it's me. Oh God, here we go. And I'd overthink and I'd kind of work myself up about it. And then if it didn't happen, I'd be like, oh, I prepared myself.
Yeah.
When as I'm, now I'm a lot older and more experienced, I'm just like, great. If I'm on. Fantastic.
And then is there a difference between going on, finding out on the day, going on, or a scheduled show?
I actually think I prefer being thrown on.
I know.
Yeah.
Because it's interesting, Sophie, who is your gorgeous, these two are like honestly two peas in a pod.
We share a dressing room and it's just weird.
They're the same person. She's first cover Daisy. And the first time she went on, she was thrown on.
Yeah.
And the second time when she was a scheduled to go on. And I think, she said to me, she went,
she was more nervous.
She was so much more nervous for her scheduled show than she was because you have time to think about it.
And I think as covers, we kind of thrive off like adrenaline. And I think it is a skill to be able to have to cope with that. If you get thrown on and it's last minute, you have to, stay calm and go on. I think we do that quite well.
You do.
So then the ones that you can prepare for, I've talked myself out of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be awful in August.
Oh my goodness.
But if you asked me to do it tonight, it'd be fantastic.
Oh, great.
Yeah. But in August.
But in August,
I know I'm going to be awful.
And you do have some scheduled dates as
I do.
Myrtle.
July and August, where I'm not going to be awful.
And what are they?
Come back to you on that one.
Okay. We'll put it in our bio.
Yeah.
We'll put it in the caption.
It's a Friday and a Saturday and...
You got
a
couple of matinees.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elf.
Yeah.
Few words to describe that contract.
That was lovely at Christmas time.
It was lovely at Christmas time. I didn't see your cast, but I saw Jade's cast.
No, the cast before, yeah.
And you covered Emily. Did you go on?
No, I didn't go on.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
And how does that feel?
I was okay. I mean, it's a shame. Obviously, you put preparation and time into it, and it would have been lovely to do it. But that was such a short contract that, and it's just lovely and festive and at Christmas time.
And the Dominion.
And it was nice to be at the Dominion. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And also, like, that show is just so festive, and it's all about the kids, really. So seeing, kids in the audience, their faces light up when Father Christmas comes on. It's
Who was your elf? Simon Lipkin?
Matthew Wolfenden.
Oh.
Yeah.
I saw it with Simon Lipkin. Oh my God, he was so funny.
Yeah. Both fantastic in different ways. And I'd love to have seen Simon do it, actually.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Waitress UK Tour cover Jenna and Dawn.
Yeah, that was also weird because they're all in the same scenes and they both talk to each other all the time.
First cover both?
Yeah.
Waitress, though.
Yeah, special. And that was just after lockdown and COVID.
Oh, my gosh. What did you sing for that audition?
Gravity, Sarah Bareilles.
Wow, we had someone else say that's their go-to audition song.
It's a nice one, that. Quite slow, but it's gorgeous. Really shows, written by a female, shows off the voice really, really well.
And did you enjoy the aspect of tour?
Yeah, I did actually, because after COVID, I was just so grateful to be working.
Yeah.
And I'd never done a tour before.
Yeah.
And it was perfect timing for it in my life.
And you met your fiancé?
And I met my fiancé. That was a dream come true, that whole job.
Did you go on for Jenna and Dawn?
Yes.
Both?
Both a lot, yeah.
A lot?
Yeah. Yeah. Special. Really special.
Jenna.
Yeah, Jenna. That for me, I think, that was like, when you have musicals and as a teenager and as a child, you're like, that's what I want to do. Waitress obviously was written a lot later, and I saw it in New York on Broadway as an adult. When I was in Wicked, actually, with my sister, I took her for her birthday, and that was an adult dream, and that just hit differently. 'Cause I watched it and thought, I've got to do that someday. I've got to do that. And then obviously COVID happened, and I was like, well, we might never ever do this again. And then my first job out of lockdown was that, and it was just like, life was really kind then.
Yeah. Life should be kind to you because you're gorgeous. Not just on the outside, on the inside.
Thank you.
When that call came to say you booked the job, like, what was your thought process?
What, waitress?
Yeah.
It was so mixed. I think it was just almost like, and I think there was still a sense of like disbelief that, is this actually still going to happen? Because I think at that point there were so many tours and so many shows that were like, we're coming back, and then it would get put back again, wouldn't it? Because life was so uncertain. So I think it was just like, God, we've had 2 and a bit years out, and we're going back, and that's just, that opening night was in Wimbledon, and it was just
Wimbledon
so
opening night as well.
Special. Yeah. Yeah. To see an audience full again was just like, especially with that show, because it's full of love.
Yeah. And also, can I ask, when did you know that you fancied George?
She wants to gossip.
Yeah.
Hey, right from the start, I didn't fancy him right at the start, but he had such an amazing, he just has such an amazing energy and such a warmth about him that I just knew that, we were such good mates. He just made me laugh every day, and I just knew that I wanted him to be in my life in whatever way that was. And we were mates for a good half of the tour, really.
Really?
Yeah. And then circumstance kind of changed that. And as soon as my circumstances changed, a few months later, I was like, wow, this feels different now. I don't think you're a friend.
I think you're a lover.
I think you're a lover boy.
And he soon became the lover boy. Because he put a ring on it.
Oh,
I love that so much.
Thank you very much.
And then, do you know what I only just discovered today?
Go on.
That you did Groundhog Day.
Oh, yeah.
Why have we never discussed that? Why have we never brought that up in the quick change area?
I don't know. That was not last year, the year before.
Was that your last job before Gatsby?
No.
What was before Gatsby?
Elf was before Gatsby, and then I was a dresser for 14 months. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I dressed
on Mamma Mia.
No, not on Mamma Mia.
I thought you did Mamma Mia.
That might have been Fran.
Who were you?
I was on Mormon. Mamma Mia, Mormon.
You were on Mormon.
For 14 months I dressed in The King and I. Just after Elf, they were like, we need dressers for The King and I. It's coming in after us. And I was sat in the quick change, and all the dressers were like, I'm busy. And I was like, I'm not. I need to work. So I did that, and then I dressed on Mormon for a very long time and met some of my dearest friends, and it was fantastic.
Whilst you were auditioning?
Yeah, whilst I was auditioning, which was tough. I had a really tough year.
Did you?
Yeah, really tough. Really close calls, and obviously like self-reflection of like, am I good at this anymore, or is this it for me? But I was surrounded by an amazing wardrobe department that just like picked me up every time I got a no and carried me through, and it was they were the best thing to come out of what was a really rubbish year in terms of like industry and how I felt about myself. And and
talent. Do you feel like you needed that lull to like come back up?
Yeah, and appreciate things a lot more, because I came out into the industry quite quickly and was really lucky. And obviously, I think everyone experiences a bit of time out of performing work, and this was quite a
substantial amount of time.
Well,
14 months.
It was, and I'm just honestly being in Gatsby in the rehearsals. I was like, I've missed it so much, and then being on stage feels so special.
Yeah, 14 months. Like, so bearing in mind, look at what Amy's done. It doesn't matter how much you've worked.
No.
If you're not part of that jigsaw.
And you just don't fit. That's it.
And you do not fit, you have to. And I love the fact that you stayed within the industry. You dressed
yeah, absolutely.
I love that.
But I think every actor should do it.
Yeah.
Just to see how it works in a different department. And also, like, when I posted, like, then when I had a job on my Instagram, it's so funny because everyone's like, she never stops. And I thought, wow, I actually have been out of this for quite a long time, but people don't remember.
No, people don't remember.
They just remember the good things, and you think, oh God, I'm never going to work again.
Yeah.
And actually they don't remember all of the ins and outs.
What advice would you give yourself to you 14 months prior to your break?
To not be as harsh on myself when I get a no. And it's hard. I think when you get a few no's here and there, and then there's something else to focus on, and then you get the yes, you suddenly forget all the no's. But I think when you have a bit of a long stint of rejection, I think it's quite hard to forget where you've come from and what you've done already. So I'd just probably tell myself to remind myself that just because I spent 14 months not as a performer doesn't mean I'm a failure.
No.
But that's sometimes how you feel.
Yeah.
Doesn't discredit anything that you've already done.
No. And that's the main thing.
And it's so hard because I think as performers, as soon as you come out of something, you feel like you're back to square one, but you're not back at square one. You're just staying where you are until the next thing comes. And then the next thing is just, a bonus addition for however long that may be. And then you go back to being Aimée, which is great.
And I think it's a credit to you that you carried on with your head held high.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love you. Well, thank you so much for listening to this section. Oh my God, I've got really broken speech today, haven't I? It's not the mics, guys. It's just me. It's my brain. It's the last day of the week for us.
Yeah. Do a day off.
Yeah. If you're a Patreon listener, stay tuned, and I'm going to be asking Aimée some of the questions you've sent in. Thank you, guys.